Hi everyone, it's me Lina again. Thank you a lot for checking my videos out. I hope you are doing fine. And today in this video I'd like to show you my casual makeup look, how I actually do it, basically a tutorial. And I decided to make this video because I recently actually showed you how I do my everyday makeup. I graduated from makeup school and I just really wanted to teach you, perhaps to show you some tricks that I learned and that just helped me to make my makeup so much better. Those tricks definitely helped me to make my makeup look much more, I would say, accurate, finished, and I would say perhaps more natural. Of course, it depends what type of makeup you are going for, but definitely it just looks much more different and much more better than it used to look like before. So let's just start. I already applied a little bit of sunscreen and also this Eyebrow cream as a base for makeup, and also I applied a little bit of color correcting concealer. I applied to those colors from this palette, those concealers, and I'm ready to apply foundation, so let's just start. I recently got darker foundation from Makeup Revolution from the same line, and here is this darker one, so let's just apply it. I actually have a mirror here, so perhaps I'll be using it, as it might be difficult for me to just apply it without any mirror or anything like that. I also wanted to show you that I have actually a few sponges, so I'll be using a few of them, and two of them look very similar. So I'm gonna start by applying foundation, and I usually like to start from the center of my face. You need to make sure that it's nice and blended, so it's very important. That's how makeup gonna actually look very nice and like neat, accurate, I'd say. Also, don't forget about neck. It's very important to apply foundation on your neck. I used to not do this, but now when I learned that it's like really important from makeup school, I actually realized it is, because I tried it and I noticed that makeup just looks much more natural, perhaps, quite often. I decided to change my hairband just to show you that I'm applying a bit on my ears. By the way, sometimes I like to apply this highlighter, liquid highlighter. I like to actually mix it with my foundation and just apply it that way to reach this absolutely beautiful glowy skin. I like the way it actually looks like foundation mixed with this liquid highlighter. I think it is a nice idea if you want very fresh, useful look. Also, you can actually apply a little bit of color correcting where you have redness and so on. For example, if you have redness, you can apply green one and so on. But I applied it before foundation, so I don't know if I should be doing it. Normally I would use this brush, for example, and then I would blend it with small sponge. So I would just apply where I have redness and so on, and this is how I normally just do it. After applying foundation, I apply my concealer. Currently I have 3 different concealers, so one of them I'm running out of it. I think I'm gonna try to use this very light one, but I don't know how it's gonna be, as I have the feeling that it will be way too light. Actually, if you decide to do contouring, maybe it's better to do contouring before applying a concealer. I was gonna show you how I do contouring when I do, because normally I don't actually do contouring every day. Basically, I don't like it in everyday makeup, so I'll be using this contouring stick sort of, and I'm gonna start applying a little bit on my forehead, but not really just by contours basically, and I'm gonna blend it straight forward because it's good to do it that way. Don't leave it for too long, in my opinion, otherwise you'll forget what you're Oh well, at least it works like that for me, and this is how it's recommended to be done. I'm gonna keep doing it. You can just go down like this. I actually don't do it normally, but I learned how to do it quite recently and wanted to share with you this knowledge. I mean, normally I don't apply bronze at all, to be fair. I don't use bronze. I have it, but I had struggles with it, so I haven't been using it. Now when I learn how to do it, maybe sometimes I'll be doing it. Don't contour your chin too much if you have a small chin like mine. Mine is almost non-existent, so it's better not to apply too much if you have a small chin. The same goes for your forehead. If it's tiny, you shouldn't really apply too much. Mine forehead is quite big. To be fair, it used to be even bigger, if it makes sense, because as you can see I have permanent makeup. I'm also gonna apply a little bit here, just bone. I sometimes have struggles with this though. You can also contour your nose and so on. I normally don't like doing it and I don't feel confident doing it still, but I know how to do it now. My nose I would contour a bit differently, if I'm honest. I wouldn't start from the eyebrows as it should be done. My nose I probably would contour in different ways still. Probably would start over here. After I applied bronzer, I'm gonna be applying concealer. Also a little bit on my chin and a little bit here, and you just need to blend it very well. Blend it very well, because now I feel you can tell the difference where the bronzer is and where concealer is, and it shouldn't be like that. You should blend everything very well, so it just, it's nicely and blend. You can apply a little bit of your concealer on areas where you have for example some redness or acne that you want to hide, something that you really actually want to hide, but just a little bit. For example, in redness that is quite bad and still visible even after you applied color corrector and foundation. Also, you should apply concealer as a base on your eyelids, basically as I would say base for your eyeshadow, but not very much actually, maybe this, maybe even less. So you're blending this. Well, there are some on my eyebrows. Actually, I'll be applying a little bit of powder on my eyelid here, where I just applied this concealer, and also a little bit on my face, usually just in T-zone, but I actually like to apply mostly on all face, because it just helps me to apply makeup, much more easier. So I usually apply just powder all over on my face almost. I leave some areas where shine is more natural to be there. For example, here I try to avoid to apply powder there, but in general I like to apply powder almost all over my face, including this area where I applied concealer as a base for eyeshadows. So after applying a little bit of powder on top of concealer that I applied on my eyelid as a base for eyeshadow, I'm gonna actually apply eyeshadow itself, and it is gonna be like a base also eyeshadow, and I picked this one. It is quite light, and I'm gonna just take some and apply all over my eyelids, on both sides, obviously, both eyes. After that, I'll be applying another eyeshadow, and I picked this color, sort of pinkish. I think it's gonna look cool and still quite natural. And I'll be applying starting here where my eyelashes actually are, going here a little bit, like sort of giving lifting effect, yeah. And then I'm gonna go up, like creating this sort of like V shape. So we go from here and here. It's a little bit difficult, and I picked a little too big brush. So you are creating this V shapes, this beautiful V shapes that's gonna give your eye a lift sort of effect, or lifting. Also, don't forget to blend your eyeshadow. So just do this. After each eyeshadow you should be blending. I actually didn't do it after I applied the main basic one, but I was supposed to do it. That was a mistake. You're supposed to blend everything, you know. After each eyeshadow you apply, you should be blending, and it's gonna make your makeup look much more accurate, I would say, and much more natural too. I'm gonna apply a little bit more here because this line sort of should be a little long. Now I go for another eyeshadow, which is gonna be this brown one. I applied quite a bit on the brush. And all you want to do is like start also like here. You want to make the smaller V shape. You're creating smaller V shape with this eyeshadow on both eyes, and don't forget to blend it after. And blend everything very well, it's very important. And now I'll be applying eyeliner. I'm gonna use the regular one. So quite often makeup artists use like a gel eyeliner. Okay, it's much bigger than I wanted it to be. But I think I'm gonna leave it like this. To be fair, I made a V much more bigger than I wanted, but I'm just gonna go with the flow and leave it like that. Maybe correct it a little bit if it's uneven. I'm also gonna apply a little bit of this eyeliner, this pencil, in my waterline under like eye. You can do it with gel eyeliner, by the way. It's actually quite a common practice for a professional makeup artist. They do it with gel eyeliner apparently. I didn't realize. Once I tried it like before actually learning about all this, and I thought I'm doing something crazy, but it's nice to know that there are so many tricks, so many opportunities in makeup, you know, in the way you apply it. I'm gonna apply a little here on. Now I'm gonna apply another eyeshadow, and it's gonna be this one. And I'm gonna just apply it in the center of eyelid. So I'm gonna take a little bit, and I'm gonna just apply it like in the center on both eyes. And on this eye too. Don't forget to blend. I'll be using this dark brown eyeshadow to apply like down my eye, like over here, and let's just do it, but not like till the end of like, I mean just in those corners. You should try to connect it with your wing. After using this dark brown in like those corners here, down my eye, I'd say, I'm gonna use the black one actually, and just tiny bit of it. And I think I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna apply a black eyeshadow now, like really very close to the wing, just to connect it. So just applying this black eyeshadow over here, connecting. Also, I'm gonna take another like brown color. I'm not sure which one now yet. I think I'm gonna go with this one. And what I want to do with this brown color, I just want to apply it very close to this, or actually I over applied it. I want to apply it very close to this like green to sort of maybe blend it slightly to, you know, it's gonna just look really pretty. So again, I'm taking a little bit of this brown and I'm applying like over here a little bit, and now you should blend it. I'm also gonna apply a little bit of eyeliner again because it just got a little bit like too much these like eyeshadow. Next I'll be highlighting my eyebrow bone with this eyeshadow, so let's just do it. I'll be doing it just like this. And I'm gonna blend eyeshadows again, the ones that I used like previously, just so it's all nice and like blend. I'm gonna do my eyebrows now, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna use eye pencils or actually eyeshadows, because lately I've been using some eyeshadows to like style my eyebrows, to do my eyebrows. But I've been suggested to like start my eyebrows with lighter color. So I'm gonna take really like a very light color pencil and see how it's gonna go. If it's not gonna go very well, I'm probably gonna just use eyeshadow. And now I'm gonna use like darker pencil, but to be fair, I noticed that with eyeshadows it sometimes looks more natural. So if I was gonna use eyeshadows for eyebrows, I probably would go maybe with a mix of this and this, and to be fair, it does look quite natural. So maybe I'm gonna go just a little bit on top of like eyebrow pencil with this color though, because I already applied a little bit of you know, eyebrow pencil. I don't want to actually do too much right now. I also recently got this brow gloss, and actually some of my eyebrows got a little long, so perhaps I should style them a little bit with this brow gloss. Now I'll be using Q-tip and these to remove some of the eyeshadows from my eyelashes basically, so it is quite a random thing to do, but sometimes I just get eyeshadows on my eyelashes and so on, and it doesn't exactly look very like neat. And I'm gonna use eyelash color. And a little bit on bottom eyelashes, so I don't like to apply way too much, but it is actually important too. I would say that it makes your makeup look finished. So people who say that it's not nice to apply, you know, mascara on bottom eyelashes can be wrong. I'm not saying they are, but it does make your makeup look finished, and this is exactly what you want, probably, right? I'm gonna apply blush now, and I think I'm gonna go for this color, so applying blush now. Don't over apply it. I tend to over apply quite often actually. So you want to smile to apply this blush like this. A little bit on your nose, just like here, to give it more natural like effect sort of. And I'm actually gonna apply a little bit of powder, just a little bit more. Before applying powder on your neck, so you can just a little bit sort of like apply bronzer, just as you did like here, and like just as you contoured your face, you can apply a little bit powder on your face and on your neck. Now I'm gonna apply a little bit of highlighter, the dry highlighter. I'm gonna apply a little bit here, a little bit on the tip of my nose, just a little bit here you can apply highlighter. And of course, important area is like this, like bone. Here we want some light. This is where you naturally have some light on your face. And time for a lipstick. And I'm gonna apply just a little bit of this lip gloss just in the middle of lips. Getting rid of the rest of like eyeshadows. And I'm gonna use my setting spray. It's sort of gonna give your skin this dewy effect, and it's not gonna look as matte, you know, with all this powder. So it's ready. I'm gonna take this off. Let me know if you like videos like this one, and if you want me to film more videos like this. Now when I know how to do makeup properly, now when I actually graduated from this makeup school, perhaps you'd like me to do another type of makeup. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this video thumbs up, and I'll see you soon.